kicked into like, I was like, I want to be better than all you guys. So school would start at 7:30.
Yeah.
I'd wake up at 5. Hex. I set my alarm to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
On like the weekdays.
Yeah. All right, so you're playing ball through high school. You're in the varsity team as a freshman.
Yeah. So yeah. Off the jump, I remember like I was like, they invited me to practice the second day. So like varsity had their first practice. I was playing JV, and then I think the next day they said come play varsity. I remember, bro. I went against this. He was like a junior. He was their starting point guard.
Yeah. Threatened.
Torched him, bro.
Ooh.
Did like a spin move on a fast break and. Bro, I remember I got my first playing time. I got scored like 8 points my first varsity game, and then the coach didn't play me for 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
It was so confusing. I was like, bro, I just like scored like 8 points my first game, did really well coming off the bench. I don't get any burn for 8 games.
Yeah,
and I think it was more so like he didn't want to like throw me into the mix right away, like because he didn't want like the upperclassmen to feel like you know like they didn't earn their spot. But like after a while, we were losing some games, and he was like, okay.
Yeah, so he wasn't about the competition. He was about people's feelings.
Yeah, and I think off the jump, definitely, yeah. And then after that, like once he started me, we started doing really good. We made it like to the quarterfinals and the playoffs, but I mean,
what sucks about athletes that are standouts is that like you can only do so much because if you don't have teammates that are like you at least close to like you're not gonna go nowhere, and that affects, bro. That's why
it's not even about skill level. It's more so like how much you want to win.
Yeah,
right. So people are just there just to vibe, man.
Yeah.
But like when you get to a point where like, I really want to win. Like, how bad do you guys want to win?
Yeah.
You guys can all on the same page. I mean, I went to 3 state championships in a row. I lost 2 in a row, and then I won the last one my senior year.
Yeah. How'd it feel?
Bro, I mean, I remember like we lost the first one. I was a sophomore.
Is there video of this? What year was this?
This was 2011.
2011?
So there's no like online. I think maybe like Huddle. You ever heard of Huddle?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think it's on one of those things. But I remember we lost sophomore. I'm like, okay, like I'm a sophomore. I got time.
Yeah.
Junior year, I mean, we were just really good. And we lost because we went against this team. They had a 7-footer. I'm not even kidding. They would play a zone. So he would just sit in the paint. And they were impossible to beat.
Yeah.
And I remember I was so heartbroken. Second one in a row I lost. I was like, man, if I don't win senior year, I'm down bad. And then we ended up winning senior year. And, bro.
Did you have any college offers in senior?
Not really, man. Like I said, it was really hard to get recruited. And
because
like,
of the 2 Division ones.
Yeah, and it's so like, and there was so the thing about the West Coast is there's no Division 2 or 3s. They're all on East Coast. So imagine like trying to get recruited. A D2 or D3 aren't going to come all the way out to the West Coast and try to recruit. So it was so hard. Like if you weren't like the best of the best in the West Coast, you weren't really going to play college. So I went to an NAIA over in Phoenix. They had just built one.
Mm-hmm.
So I played there for about a year and a half, and I tore my labrum. I went back for a rebound way too far, and it just snapped. My arm came out of place. I had to move it to like get back. Yeah. And then that's when I was out for like 7-8 months, and that's when I started
playing Call?
Yeah. Well,
so had you been playing Call of Duty throughout?
And I've been making videos in college. I mean, there's videos of me like I show my dorm room setup and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that's when I started taking it serious. I started looking like, what Call of Duty videos are getting views? I started like really like being invested, thumbnails and stuff like that. This is back in like 2016, 2015, you know? And I started getting like a couple K views a video. Then I remember this one month, man, that changed everything. We were going to a summer of my junior year in college. And I remember, bro, it was, I made like 1,000 that month before. And I was like, Mom, I don't want to go to school next year. And she's like, yada yada. And she's like, I'll let you take 1 semester off, and if not, and if it doesn't work out, you go back to college. I said, okay. And
damn.
And I had the worst laptop history. Heck, so it would take me 10 hours to make a video.
No.
Like to render, like I could edit, but to render a video, it'd take me 10 hours on a laptop.
Yeah.
And my brother had just got his refund check from for college, and I said, hey, buy me a PC and I'll pay you back.
Mm-hmm.
I promise to pay back. He gave me like, I think the PC was like $1,100.
Yeah.
He paid for it. I got my PC that next month. I made $3K on YouTube.
You paid him back.
Paid him back.
Hell yeah! Just paid him back, or give him a little interest.
I gave him a little interest, low key.
He said no, you didn't.
I gave maybe an extra 50.
Yeah. So for those of you listening, his brother's sitting like 15 feet away. So then for those of you watching, he's back there. He said nah.
Yeah. No. And then And then I made 3, and then for some odd reason, man, I went back to college. I don't know why. I took this I did a full year YouTube, and I remember it was like I was doing really well, but I was like, I kind of want to finish college for my pops and moms, like, to have that degree, because both my brother and sister both graduated. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna try to graduate. And I remember, man, I went back to this college called GCU, it's Grand Canyon University. It was like a new D1 they just built. And I remember I was sitting in a business statistics class. Oof. And I didn't know what was going on, man. I sat here like second day, I was like, what am I doing here? Yeah. I was like, I shouldn't be here. Nah. I'm completely wasting. I could have
dropped 50 right now. Here I am fucking listening to someone talk.
You know what it was? An update had came out for Call of Duty that morning, and I was in class, and I'm like, this is so stupid. I should be making a video right now.
Yeah, about the update. Yeah. About the new weapons or whatever.
Something. Yeah. I'm like, and I remember I made that decision. I was like, as soon as the semester's over, I'm gone. Yeah. I was like, I'm done.
And your parents were cool with it?
Yeah. Well, my dad didn't. You know what crazy is? My dad and mom had divorced when I was like 19, and so I didn't talk to my pops for about 2 years.
Oh, because of that?
Yeah. And so he had no idea what was going on. But like by the time he figured out, like he was like I was already out of college and I was already just doing gaming. Yeah. And then at first he was like, what? But after like a month, he kind of just like was supportive. Yeah. Yeah. But I wasn't like making any crazy cheese on it at the time. It was more so he was just like, if this is what you want to do, it's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I think a lot of players and a lot of people, aspiring content creators, no matter what field, whether it's esports or makeup or whatever, a lot of kids and a lot of teenagers and a lot of people take their parents' strictness as something negative, where they're literally doing their best in trying to guide you in the right direction, no matter what. They don't give a shit how you feed yourself. As long as you feed yourself and you're not doing bad shit, they're cool with it.
Exactly.
Right? And until they have that understanding, and you gotta understand, right? Like, how old's your pops?
I think he's
50? What is 40?
Turning 60? Is he turning his dad?
Yeah, so 61. Think about that, man. I'm 41, and I grew up in a time where there wasn't any internet. So they, that age group, my parents included, they don't understand the internet like that. They're always gonna think it's a scam. You're like, Mom, I'm gonna sign up for this Google AdSense shit. It's like, no, they're gonna take your kid, right? They're gonna be like, they're gonna take your information and sell it. But once they start seeing that you are being able to support yourself off of that, and they see the audience, they see the numbers, like once they start understanding, then they're like, all right, there's something fucking special going on here.
Of course, yeah. I just had actually a parent come up to me. I think he asked me, he's like, how do you, like, my kid like wants to be like a content creator, you know what I mean? Like be like what we're doing. Like he's kind of like, how do I do that? And I just said like balance, man. Like I think the biggest thing is when the kid won $3 million in Fortnite, I think that
Booga.
Yeah. I think that changed a lot of like parents. I think parents overthought it too much. Like, okay, now like I'm gonna let my kid play video games all the time, but that's not how you should do it. I think it's all about balance, man. And it's more so like, as a kid, man, as a parent, I think for me, I would want my kid to try everything. Yeah, everything. Yep. I mean, funny thing is, I played soccer in 7th grade. Yeah, and I've never talked about it before, but I remember I tried it. And I've tried so many different things, and I actually have appreciation for soccer now because I was a goalie. Oh, you know what's funny?
So my brother.
I used to always try to catch it. I never used to try to hit it. I always try to be cool and like try to catch it. So you always yell at me like, just hit it out type stuff. Yeah.
You know what's nuts, and we always talk about it on this podcast specifically. This is one of the best things that I always talk about that relates to what you just said. You could be doing what you're doing. Let's say, for example, imagine a world in which LeBron would have been a much better quarterback or a much better that, but he didn't get, because he picked basketball, right? But there are instances in which someone's doing something so well that they don't know that there's something else that they would have been way better at. Yeah, right? So if you would have kept up with soccer, maybe that was where you were supposed to be and not basketball. Yeah. So maybe, you're playing the wrong game right now and you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different things that can happen in the universe and the fucking meta universe and all that shit that you never really know if you're doing the right thing. And if you're living a good life, then why do you care?
Exactly. But I think when you're young, man, I think you got to try everything. Yeah. You have your kid try everything. And I mean, obviously if he wants to be a gamer, you definitely have to find that balance, man. Yeah. For me, I made it work though. Like to be better Call of Duty player, I'd wake up 2 hours before school to play. Yeah. My friends would always talk shit to me. They'd always be like, dude, all the time, bro.
Fucking nerd ass.
When I got first introduced to Call of Duty, I was terrible. I mean, everyone's always when they first start playing. And Modern Warfare 3 was the first Call of Duty that I started playing on. And I remember my friends would get like Moabs and stuff. You
Yeah.
remember the
Yeah,
Moab,
of
right?
course, yeah.
Yeah, the nuke. And I hated it, man. My goal was always to get to a 1 KD.
Okay.
I would try for so long. When I finally hit that, man, they like kind of stopped talking too much trash. But then I kicked into like, I was like, I want to be better than all you guys. So school would start at 7:30.
Yeah.
I'd wake up at 5. Hex. I set my alarm to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
On like the weekdays.
Yeah.
And I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But I'm addicted to just playing. I'm not even recording. I'm just playing just to get Moabs.
Better.
And just,
Yeah.
yeah.